Aloha, it's Brandon, and I want to take you on a walking tour today of beautiful Kuhio Avenue. If you're coming from the airport and heading into Waikiki, if you go right, you end up going down famous Kalākaua Avenue. If you go left, you're going to go down Kuhio. And I want to take you on a little walking tour. There's quite a bit of value on Kuhio because they're just another block off from the beach instead of being on Kalākaua. A lot going on here, a lot of new buildings. Of course, the statue here of King David Kalākaua. Be sure to check that out, a lot of history. So we'll take a quick walk down Kuhio and I'll point out some of the buildings. There's quite a few hotels, lots of little hole-in-the-wall places to eat, some new development, and hopefully I'll show you a few things that you didn't know existed. There is the Holiday Inn Express right there as you enter on the main road there. Right across from it is a popular kind of a budget value hotel, the Hotel La Croix. I see a lot of questions, people asking about this place. I haven't stayed there. It is on the list. And that is an ABC store. I'm going to try and keep count of all the ABC stores we see along Kuhio Avenue. We're going to go all the way down to the Honolulu Zoo parking lot. This building here used to be the Nike building, everyone used to call it. Now it's going to be a mixed-use retail, restaurant, and Marriott timeshares. Marriott is everywhere in Waikiki, in fact, all over Oahu. So I think the Waikiki Neighborhood Board is looking forward to this development, finishing up this end of Waikiki, especially with the Nike building shutting down, Nick's Fish Market, and several other areas. It's really kind of seen a lot of just fenced up and boarded up areas. This is the Ewa end of Waikiki as we walk down, so I think they're looking forward. I don't have a date on when this is going to be completed, but it'll be interesting to see how that revitalizes this area of Waikiki. As we walk down Kuhio, I want to point out the right-hand lane of the road. There is a plan by the City and County of Honolulu to turn the right-hand lane to a dedicated bus lane and bike lane in the future. Here is the beautiful Ritz Carlton Waikiki. They have a wonderful Dina DeLuca on the ground floor. When I stayed here, I found out they have a hidden little restaurant called the Artisan. It's up on the second floor in Dina DeLuca. You almost walk through the counter area. They have wonderful brunch in there, charcuterie boards. I had a local moco that was made with a brisket beef. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, the Ritz-Carlton Waikiki is hotel and residences here. Wonderfully landscaped. They really did a wonderful job opening this area out for everybody to kind of walk through. There is the other famous pink hotel in Waikiki. I think you know the name of the other one. There was planned another boutique hotel on the other side of the Ritz-Carlton as well, but I think those plans have gone by the wayside. But this area really is nice. It's open. You can come walk through here. You don't have to be a registered guest at the Ritz-Carlton. They keep it nice and clean. A funny story, when I stayed here last year, they had a fire alarm go off at about, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We all ended up hanging out in that area in our pajamas. It was kind of funny. A couple little shops over here. There's a lot of hidden parks also along Kuhio, real tiny ones that you almost wonder why they're even a park to begin with. But if you turn right after the Ritz-Carlton, you kind of go down this lane. The Ritz-Carlton has a little park there. It's a public park. Anyone can access it. think it's open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Beautifully manicured lawn, and it's kind of on the other side, so I didn't get a video of it. But if you're in this area and you want a nice little quiet spot to hang out, you can check it out. You know, Kuhio Avenue really brings back a lot of memories for me. In my younger days in the 80s, I used to cruise Kuhio quite often on Friday and Saturday nights. I don't know what the young people do nowadays. Well, there's our second ABC store, so that's number 2. We probably missed one already, but we'll keep count there at number 2. But yeah, Kuhio Avenue, used to be a wild place back in the 80s. Pretty interesting flavors of people and things going on. It was a fun time for sure. I want to point out, there's the Courtyard. That's another Marriott property. We'll see several of them. And right across is IHOP. I like IHOP. I think it's great. Definitely fills a need. But when I walk through here, there's always a line outside of IHOP. Take a few minutes, you can find all kinds of breakfast places along Kuhio Avenue that will give you a wide variety of things to eat without having to stand in line. There's the Waikiki Malia. That's another budget-friendly hotel right across from the Courtyard. And there is a new restaurant there, Kalo. That's by Chai, Chef Chai. He used to have a place down at the Aloha Tower that was absolutely amazing. And he attempted to do another place on Kapiolani that didn't work out. I haven't been there, but I'll definitely check it out one of these days. One thing you notice on this end of Kuhio is you're quite far from the beach. Whereas we go further down and we get closer to the zoo, even if you're on Kuhio, you're really only a short block away from the beach. So consider that if you're looking at hotels along Kuhio and yet you still want to be close to the beach. You're a little bit farther away on this end. Lots of cool shops along here, all kinds of knickknacks, places you can check out. There's the Royal Kuhio, and of course we have a McDonald's here. I get it. I know a lot of people say, when you travel, you should never eat fast food. You should always be sampling the wide variety of food, but I don't know what it is. Sometimes certain types of comfort food, right? You want just a cheeseburger and some salty fries. So no judgment from me. I've been in some wild places around the world and just craved a good old fashioned hamburger from McDonald's from time to time. This corner over here on Kuhio that we're looking at there, those buildings have been shuttered down for so long. There used to be, I think Tower of Power was up there. It was a cool club. And it was a pretty wild place back in the day. So hopefully that gets revitalized at some point and something interesting goes in. Maybe some housing for all the people working in Waikiki or something, to that extent. But those have been shut down for quite a while. I believe the Hyatt Place is right there, or the Hyatt Centric, I think. It's right around the corner. This Starbucks there is a Starbucks Reserve. So I looked it up, what's the difference between a Reserve Starbucks and a regular, and I guess that one is supposed to have a little bit better type of coffee bean. I don't know. I've tried it, and it tastes like every other Starbucks I've been to, but it is nice inside. I like how they put these planters in here, and of course I like the pavers. Nordstrom Rack, when I was walking by, I heard a lady talking to her daughter saying, "Oh my God, they have a Nordstrom Rack here." This is Duke's Lane. This is a great place to go for grab-and-go foods. Duke's Lane is run and operated by ABC Store, so I'm going to count that as ABC Store number 3. There's also Basalt in there, which is really making waves as far as a great place for food, breakfast, and things. They had some kind of odd hours in there, so make sure you take a look before you walk on over there, for sure. Right across the street here is Marukami Udon, which seems to have a line all the time. And I've been in there. You can go in the off hours. Even if there is a line, don't be deterred from going in there. The line moves. It moves along steady. It is a well-oiled machine in there. They move people through quickly. And right across from that is the Hideout, which is at the Lalo. I've stayed at the Lalo, great boutique hotel, also a Marriott property. The Hideout there at the Lalo is a great place for evening cocktails to get your night started before you head out. And there we go, we got another ABC store, so that's number 4 for us as we head down. This is kind of the beginning of the shops of the International Marketplace area here. So there are restaurants and shops on the edge here, but right there, that Kuhio food grill, if you walk in, it opens up into a little like food court. There's a Donut King over there. If you're looking for some sugar to get your day going. But yeah, anyway, going into International Marketplace, you go in there, there's all kinds of shops. A lot of the food restaurants are up on the 3rd level. I did their mixology month up there, went to Herringbone. There's the Liliha Bakery is up in there. You'll hear a lot of locals talking about it. That brand has been around for a long time on Oahu. There's also Roy Yamaguchi has a restaurant up there, the Eating House. That's a pretty good place to go. Well, there's a Shorefire in there, and then of course there's lots and lots of shops and places to hang out in there as well. I have to cross here because that sidewalk is blocked off. They're actually finishing up the Target, which is right next to the International Marketplace on the other side of the street that I just crossed from. So you can kind of see their Target branding, their colors is all up there. So once that's done, you should be able to walk all the way down. If you're coming down Kuhio this way, entering this area looking for parking, pass Target and then you'll turn right. There's the Hilton Garden Inn. It's a really nice place. I've been in there. I've worked on one of their desks in there. It's a nice layout. It's right in the middle of it all, and yet it's pretty quiet and comfy in there. Just a bit further down here is the new Waikiki Market. It's just been getting built out here in 2023. All kinds of stuff going in there and more to come. They have the Pico Bar right here on the ground floor. Great place to hang out, have a cold one, have some snacks, and people watch everybody going by on Kuhio Avenue. Olili is upstairs, and so is the marketplace. It's just like a grocery store, kind of. All kinds of snacks, grab and go places, grab and go snacks in there. If you're looking for kind of some local food, you go up in there. They have quite a variety of poke and fresh fish. And there's the Ohana East. That's another budget-friendly hotel right in the middle of it. Just a prime location for sure. They do the validated parking in there if you're going to the Blue Note down on Kalākaua Avenue. And there's ABC store number 5. Kitty corner across from me here, you'll see the statue there, and between those coconut trees is the beautiful Princess Kaiolani. She died unfortunately at a young age of 23 in 1899. There's a hotel right down the road, the Princess Kaiolani Hotel. I've stayed there. It's an older hotel, but the staff and just the layout really shows a lot of aloha out there. I enjoyed my stay at that hotel. One of probably the best valued hotels in all of Waikiki. It's on Kalākaua, and you just walk across the street and you're right at Duke's Beach. So this building here, I remember before that was just filled. Those were all apartments, and Wow, what a great place to people watch from that apartment building. I tell you, Friday, Saturday nights, this place is just booming with cars and stereos and people out and about. And if you had an apartment in there, you could just hang out on those little lanais and just watch people go by all the way till probably 3, 4 o'clock in the morning on the weekends. So it's been boarded up for quite a while now. I think they should bring it back, definitely. Maybe turn it into a hostel or maybe a live work type of place. I think that would be a pretty unique fit for Waikiki. Definitely a challenge for us here in Hawaii is housing and the cost, especially in prime locations like Waikiki. So you need some creative ideas for sure. You'll notice right after we passed that intersection back there, as you head down Kuhio here, it gets a lot quieter. It's almost, this kind of section here until we get further down is almost all condos. Until we get a little bit further down, we get to the Waikiki Beach Marriott. And so a little bit different vibe in this area. It's definitely a little quieter, not as much people moving about. There is the other pink buildings in Waikiki. I don't know if they all followed from the Royal Hawaiian. It's actually a salmon color. Now this is the Vive V. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you know the proper pronunciation for that. But that hotel is also a budget-friendly hotel, and it gets great reviews. Now, if you look down the road there, you can see there's the beach pretty close. So earlier on, I mentioned how back there it's quite a long distance, but this end of Kuhio, it's a lot closer. This is Hideout. Hideout is an old-time local favorite for fine dining. If you like Banana Fosters and Cherry's Jubilee and that kind of tableside service, definitely check out Hideout. It's a wonderful place for an anniversary or any type of special occasion dinner. Yeah, Hideout. I've eaten there, I think, twice in my lifetime. Very memorable. One of the few places you will be greeted by a maitre d' who's in a tuxedo or at least a suit and tie. There's a couple of places like this in between Kuhio Avenue and Kalākaua. So this is one of the few kind of just open seating, almost like a quasi food truck area on Kuhio Avenue. So I haven't been there, haven't checked it out. I should. When I'm walking through here, maybe I'll stop, see what kind of food that they have. I'll do a short video on it. So I kind of rushed through, but I showed down that lane how close the beach was. So as we're heading further and further down Kuhio, heading towards Leahi or Diamond Head and the zoo, the distance between Kuhio and Kalākaua is actually narrowing, so you're actually closer to the beach. That, believe it or not, is a park right there. That park has been there for as long as I can remember. And that sushi spot, they used to have one in Aiea, which was pretty good. Oh, there's another ABC store. So I think that's number 6. So that's pretty good on Kuhio. I think when we walk Kalākaua, I think we'll probably be at 60 by the time we go this far. But yeah, that's number 6 for Kuhio Avenue. We have about 3, maybe 4 more hotels along Kuhio Avenue. Right here, this is the Hilton Waikiki. Most people know when they think of Hilton and Waikiki, they think of the Hilton Hawaiian Village. And yes, that is a massive property. This Hilton Waikiki is here. So if you're a Hilton fan and you want to be a little bit removed from all the hecticness of Waikiki, you might want to consider that property. I haven't been in there, I haven't stayed there, but one day I will have stayed at every hotel on the island of Oahu. You'll see the streets definitely a lot wider, definitely a lot quieter down here. We are coming up on the, I think these are the towers of the Marriott Waikiki Beach. That hotel, 2 towers in there if you can. Obviously get the Oceanside Tower. But they just redid their pool deck, and they did an amazing job with that. There are fountains there, tons of cabanas, also games, grass games on there. So yeah, I know people say you're right across from the beach, why would you hang out at the pool? Again, no judgment from me, I get it. Especially if you're a parent and you got lots of kids, you can relax in the shade of a cabana and watch them. And any kid under 12 years old is just going to have the time of their life. So recommend that place. They have a great grill in there. I forgot the name off the top of my head, but great brunch and breakfast buffet in there. If you want, you can go to the channel. I did a full review of that hotel a while back. Definitely enjoyed my stay there. They also have a DK Steakhouse if you like an aged ribeye. They're in there as well. So coming up here on the right, it looks like that is the Hyatt Place. So that other Hyatt back by the Starbucks Reserve was the Hyatt Centric. You can see the Hyatt Place and the Marriott Waikiki Beach, even the back tower. See how close it is to the beach. You just walk right down the street and you're at famous Waikiki Beach. This Kuhio Avenue, if you didn't know, is named after Prince Kuhio. He was next in line for the throne at one time before the annexation in 1893. He did quite a bit to get lands back to Native Hawaiians at his time, and he's well respected and loved for that. So he did work alongside King David Kalākaua, so I think it's appropriate that these two main avenues through Waikiki run parallel. So really after the Hyatt Place there, this is just like condos all the way down to the parking lot at the end. It's quite nice, it's quiet. If you are entering into Waikiki and your hotel is on this end, I would highly recommend you come down Kapahulu Avenue and turn right to come down this road. Even in the middle of the day, it's quite empty. It does get busy, but not as busy as the Kuhio and Kalākaua intersection where we first started this video. I have enjoyed sharing Kuhio Avenue with you. I look forward to sharing a walking video of Kalākaua. Probably head out to Ko'olina, Haleiwa, and then get to the outer islands and share some different spots with you so you can see what it's like. So we come to the end of Kuhio Avenue here. There is a Denny's right there, that kind of low-rise building, and that is the parking lot for the Honolulu Zoo. I enjoyed sharing this with you. I'll see you guys out and about.